part 4 of this deck, yay, nay situation. So, continue on. The Hermetic Tarot. This is a maybe. I'm not into the symbolism as a like esoterica type thing when it comes to like, we gotta study Kabbalah and we gotta do this and we gotta do that and we gotta, like, I'm not that deep into it. I'm gonna be real. This is a good deck for me. Nature spirits and spirits that want to like talk to you, and then like global events and stuff like that, but generally like more spirits coming through. Generally more like spirits coming through. So I do like it. But don't expect me to be like, yeah, that symbol right there. Like, nah. I also, and the readings that I do remember, like things about cleansing, purification, regeneration, came up. Issues like that. So this is a maybe. Wild Unknown Tarot. I was going to keep this, and the other one was going to go, but I'm keeping all of them, so they're all yeses. Wild Unknown Tarot deck and guidebook, even as I don't use them all, because I just want the set. I like this. This is a Saturnian deck for me. The peer that wants to talk is not human, and that's why just like animals and nature. But the peer, or the wise one giving you information, is not human. But it's human because it's a human who wrote it. But, you know, I'm just saying. I enjoy it. I have a specific spread that I do with it, and I enjoy it. This, I feel like you shouldn't use like 8 cards with this. 5 at the most. And I wouldn't clarify with this deck either. Like, I feel like it has to be with like the roots, it has to be like the baseline of the reading, but it's not a clarifier. I don't think it likes being a clarifier. So not for me anyway, shit. But yeah, so this is staying. It'd be like when you gotta talk about this stuff, then it becomes so hard. Terrell Del Toro, this is going. Mainly because I did the readings with it, but I don't think the type of readings I need to do are gonna, the type of readings that this thing does, I don't think they're gonna come up too much anymore. The artwork is fine. It's nothing wrong with the artwork. It's more Marseille, I guess, style around, but the theme is, yeah. I did a reading with this and dead people came through. It's a Pluto deck for me, but it was just kind of funny that like the messages that I got were like of dead people and mediumship, and yeah, it's kind of interesting. But it's gonna go because I don't really read with it, and I have 7C, and I kind of feel like I don't want to explore mediumship and tarot. Like I would rather train on it and then see how it goes. But yeah, so this is gonna go. Marguerite Peterson Tarot absolutely is gonna stay. Who the told you otherwise? It's just so enlightening. Like, again, this is I just like this deck. I feel like if you are into like pathfinding, exploring, like projecting yourself into decks, or exploring like the human condition in very abstract, faint ways, the messages don't stay with you. Like, I had a reading about the eye, and I just like I just like decks like this. Like, I like decks with this sort of art. I like what this does. I fuck with it a lot. I just find it to be very great. I just, yeah, like, I like it. I just like it. Like, it's almost like birth portal type. Birth portal, birth wounding, birth courting kind of energy. But it's like connected to the greater I am, you know? So yeah, Marguerite Peterson is staying. The Archeo Personal Archetype Cards. I'm not done with this yet. I'm not done exploring this yet. I'm not a young or archetype person in that, like, I don't know a lot about it, but I do like these cards. I have another archetype deck, and I might just pull that one out right after this. But I like this one if I were to give you a personal reading about where you are and which to work through. That other one is what I use for the helix. So I like the artwork of this. Again, it's kind of collagey, or I don't know. I just feel like it's like rummaging through somebody's like old like postcards and stuff like that, and it has that sort of feel. So it's kind of like the self, and then like past lives, or like kind of relationships you've had with like family members, as in like what you inherited from them and stuff like that. I don't feel like you're striving for this. I feel like it kind of gets at your natural disposition a lot more. So this is a yes. Let's go to the archetype card. Like I said, the Carolyn Mice Miss archetype cards, I like these, but I like that one better. For all of these, I don't mind them. Right, they're the first one I got, so it's not like that. I just think that I like that one. Is a lot more straightforward, and I don't necessarily care for the shadow and light attributes anymore. I just would rather it be about the archetype. Yeah. Like, I don't need to explore in shadow. My incense is about to go out, so it's starting to smoke a little bit more. So if you see that, that's what's going on. Nothing's like really burning, you know, where there's danger. It's just, you know, burning down. So I don't mind these. I probably will at some point give these up. So these are gonna exist in the maybes. They're not out of print, but you know, at some point it probably will. I'll be like, damn. All right, next is the Osho Zen, maybe. And I don't mind Osho Zen. It's like Mars energy to me, but spiritual Mars. Kind of like you gotta really go through some shit, like, to like, it's a, you know, as above so below, as a within so without. Like, that's kind of the vibe of like a lone traveler trying to find themselves and what this thing means and what life means. I feel like if you like Vedic astrology or something like that, you might like this a little bit more. I don't mind it. I know people don't like the schizophrenia card in here, but I kind of like that. So it's going to be a maybe for me, but I do like the deck. All right, Rider deck. I took this to homecoming, and then it started raining, and the box got a little bit wonky. But this is what it looks like, and this is gonna go. I like this. It's a very straightforward deck. It gives really good answers. The only reason why it's gonna go is I love the color scheme on this. I know people hate the color scheme of this right away, and I don't hate it. I love the bright yellows on this, but I want the Centennial version instead. And so I would rather have that version than this one. And this is just like the Rider. Yeah. You know, I can always get it again. Yo, what if Rider-Waite went out of print? That would be a very interesting conversation about in tarot. But yeah, so this is what it is. I love the yellows. I love the grays, especially. The yellows and the grays in this deck are nice. The blues in this deck are cool. I don't know. I like the colors. I like the backs of the Centennial version, and I like the color scheme on that one a little bit more. It's a little bit more muted across the board, and I like it. It really helps with like depression, CAD. It's a Saturnian deck for me, but yeah, I really enjoy it. So this is gonna go, this specific one is gonna go, but the actual like Rider-Waite kind of system is gonna stay. Zillich Tarot is gonna go. I don't use this enough. When I do use it, I use it in more like a hexagon type thing, as above so below kind of spread. And I don't hate the deck. I don't dislike the deck. I just find that I don't read with it like that. And there's other cards that other decks that I could probably do the same thing that I'm doing with this. So yeah, so this is probably gonna go. I'm also not like a big thothy person. I think this is kind of also thoth based. Mystical Shaman Oracle deck most likely will go. We'll put it in a, yeah, it's gonna go. It's gonna go, like, because while I'm an animist and I like this, I think I haven't explored all the archetypes in here, but I don't know if I have the same enthusiasm for animism that aligns with this book, or aligns with this deck. I just feel like I've learned all I needed to with this for some reason. Like I might like go through each deck that I feel like I have issues with, not issues with, or going to give away, and get the keywords and kind of like the basic concepts and study it that way. But for the most part, yeah, I think this is going to go. The Wild Unknown Archetypes, this is going to stay because I'm keeping all of the decks because I like all of the decks, and I would like, well, I'd like to keep them all in a set. So this is what it looks like, the box. It's Kim Cran's Her Mystical Self. Yeah. This to me gives like, I'm very interested in the energetics and the birth charts of nations. I feel like this can handle the information. I don't know, people don't like her kind of style, but to me this is like an anthropological kind of exploration, and kind of animist in there too, which is, you know, they're kind of related, even though the gaze, I guess, through which anthropology explores the animist is kind of like, can be racist or biased or prejudiced, or just seen within narrow confines. But I like it. It does do really big energies well. I wouldn't do this as in like a personal reading and like it's only this. This is more like a clarifying, wrapping it up, bigger energy, or like this is the energy that you want to explore. The Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck is a yes, but it would be certain readings that I do this for. So this is that, because I'm not an animal deck kind of person, although I do enjoy these, looking at these. This is one of the prettiest decks for me as far as animals, because everybody else, I don't be feeling it. It'd be like I don't know, the route that they take as far as the artwork it just don't be satisfying. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But I actually like her artwork. I'm not an animal archetype kind of person. Even as like an animist, doesn't mean I'm all into animals. But I don't know, I like it. At some point it could, this one could go. This one is kind of like the weaker of the four for me. So if any of the decks do go, it probably will be this one because I don't use it that much. But for right now, I was gonna say Luna, Nomad, Oracle. This is going to I want to say go, but I'll put it in the maybe. I've used it as a menses reading. Menses is in menstruation. And I used it to kind of track cycles and energetically what each of my phases is trying to tell me. So in that way, I would keep it more of a personal deck if I were to keep it. And most likely it will stay a personal deck if I keep it. So if I'm keeping it, which I'll probably say yes, this is the first deck that you've seen that is a personal deck. So I'm gonna make it a yes, but I'm gonna make it a personal deck because I like exploring stuff like this. I also have Our Tarot, and I use that for menses readings. I don't use that for anything else. I'm a very womb centered space. I have a lot of womb issues and wounding. So yeah, so it reads more like Lenormand, but it doesn't have, Lenormand is like 36 cards, I believe. This is 43, so it adds quite a few more cards. I think Shaheen Miro has like another deck out there too. I think I'm gonna look that up once I finish all of this. Next is the Stargate deck. I'm keeping this only because if I were to want this back, it would be very hard to get back, I think. I like the art, exploring the mind, exploring ancestry, star ancestry, and physical 3D here ancestry. The book is okay. I'm more into the cards. I feel like you could like do shells or something like that on the cards, and that's kind of what you would do. So yeah. So yes. Because I knew I wouldn't be able to get it anywhere else. It's also good for like if the energy where you are is aligned. So kind of like if you were to wanted to relocate or something like that, like this is a deck for that. It's very in tune with place. So Tantric Dakini Oracle, yes, but I gotta find the book, or rather just buy the book. I think I left it at my old job when I was like, you guys, and I left. I think I left this book there, so I don't know if I have it anymore. I thought I brought it home and it may be somewhere here, but yeah, I really enjoy this. I do enjoy the picture art collage type style. But I'm just very interested in the messages because the messages that I got were like pretty like interesting and enlightening and cosmic, and I enjoy that. Inversion Tarot is gonna go. It's a Saturnian deck to me, but it's gonna go. I think I just have better Saturnian decks, and I kind of wish this was like bigger, to be honest. It doesn't give bad readings. It just like I think I just used it recently for Saturn, but I think I'm just less interested in this one than the other ones. So Affirmative Tarot. Yes, I may give this up. I like this one. It's not necessarily inner child. It's kind of more like don't let fear hold you back, encouraging, things like that. But I don't know. Very quick, right? Like, it's gonna go because I mean I like the idea, but yeah. The Cloud deck. This is gonna stay. I like lunar readings with this, but yeah. I love Card Captors. I'm a Card Captors fan. It was one of the few shows that I remember growing up, and I liked it, and everybody was watching Power Rangers and I was watching Card Captors, and I vividly remember in daycare like sitting down and watching Card Captors and no one being interested in watching it. So I would be the only one looking at the TV during that time, and then when Power Rangers came on, everybody was looking at it, and I'm like, you could tell we were on different paths right there. As a kid, different trajectories. I would like to get like an actual cloud deck because this one is kind of like a Chinese reproduction. And so, yeah, I would like to get one. So I guess one of my biggest things is to go to Japan and actually get it, even though it's probably printed in China there too, you know, but yeah, yes. Phantasmagoric Theater. Yes, it's a really good deck. It explores a lot, usually about different power struggles or relationship issues. Not romantic, usually familial from what I remember. Yeah, usually like familial. Or like some inner boss, final level boss that you gotta deal with. I just enjoy it. I don't know if I pull something from Pilates or what, but my stomach gets still like, bitch. So yeah, I like it. It's just really cool. It's a Uranus deck if you didn't know, for me. Doesn't it look like it? It gives me like Rugrats vibes. All right. Crow's magic, crow magic. Probably is gonna go, to be honest. And it's not one of those decks that you can easily find, I feel like, but I don't use it as much, and when I do use it, I'm always using it for like relationships that like never work out. So what's the point? Crystals, the stone deck. I just bought this within the last like 6-ish months, and this is gonna go as well. I'm just not a crystal person. I'm not a crystal deck person. This is like the third deck I've tried with crystals. I'm not with it. I try, but I don't be with crystals. And it's not like I don't like crystals, like I have some, but like I'm just not a crystal person, like crystal deck person that is. So this is gonna go. Honey, you gonna go. You gonna leave. This is like a botanical deck. Now this was on eBay, and when I bought it, I didn't know what the fuck it was. It didn't even have a name, just like what was the other deck that I got? The Sacred Geometry or whatever. But I think it's called the Botanical Deck or something like that. And it's really nice. It does have a little, came with a little thing like this, so it does give you, this is majors only. But I think it's an actual tarot deck. So I think it's actually 78 cards. If not, it's like an oracle or something like that. It's probably gonna go, to be honest. Because I'm also not an herbal kind of person in this way. And I think I might want to invest in getting the actual full deck and then seeing, try more money, right? My Pantone Postcards, I'm keeping these because I use these for fashion and I use these for tarot. So if you don't know, Pantone is the company, or I think it's like company, that when you have like the Pantone color of the year or like the trend forecasting for fashion and stuff like that, usually they are the ones that you see having picked the color. I know they broke with tradition and had two at one point. Two colors that they had picked. I think it was like the first year they did that in 2017, 18, somewhere around there, I think. But yeah, I like these because I like color combos and shit. So last two right now, the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck, which kind of is like tarot and oracle, but it like takes a few cards and then adds a few cards, namely the chakra cards. I'm gonna keep this one. I just have good memories with it, and there's just a few cards in here that I would like to explore why they like freak me out so fucking much. Namely the Seven of Swords. I would always read about someone that I liked, like the guy that got me on my spiritual journey, and like that Seven of Swords would stay coming up, and I'm okay with the artwork. This isn't like the worst artwork ever. Yeah, so I would keep this one. Last one, and I'm so happy because I'm fucking tired, is the Observation Deck. It's not a tarot deck, it's not an oracle deck. It's really a deck for writers, and it gives you different prompts for writing. So this is a yes because I need prompts sometimes, and I just feel like I like it, so it's gonna stay. So that's part 4 of everything. We'll explore kind of the maybes and see where we can go, and then we'll kind of explore the no's. Not really what's gonna stay, or try to pick from that, but yeah, so thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. I'm so tired now. Bye.